One, two, 1, 2. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Like I said, man, Anton and Myron have the platform, have the money, have the women to talk to, but not dissecting enough, leaving women to make general statements. And Kevin Samuels, it was case study, dissection. Now, the reason why they don't have it is because they don't have the talking points. The old talking points women are numb to.
Hey guys, so I was debating if I wanted to share this, but I feel like it's it's need to be shared. I feel like as women, we need to check our bodies more. So everybody know I've been dealing with fibroids since I was 26. Crazy thing is I made a video about saying how you shouldn't be asking women if they're pregnant or not. And prior to that video, I found out that my fibroids is big. Not only are they big, they double the size. My uterus is open like I'm 28 weeks pregnant. I'm bloated all the time. I cannot fit none of my clothes. That's why I haven't been doing any fashion videos. And I'm just making this video for awareness because I feel like, people don't take fibroids that serious. People just brush it under the rug. Going back into my second major surgery is very scary. They don't, they're not doing that much for us with these fibroid situation. It's either
Whoa, 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 whoa. They're not doing much for us. Why don't you have the men with you? Why you don't have the men? Every fight that they fight is alone. Like I said, you have these guys, they have these old talking points, not really understanding who the women are. Let's continue.
It's either get the surgery or get a hysterectomy. I'm about to be 35 with no kids. It's been hell this past few months. So my surgery is in 3 weeks. And
I wanted to play this as an introduction, but you must understand. Brothers don't understand this stuff. We speak too powerful. These guys have old talking points. Now, Kevin Samuels didn't have my talking points, but he was the ultimate dissection. It was the ultimate dissector. Okay? And on this side of the aisle, we dissect. Zim, zim. Pay attention, King. We're not playing. We just trying to help, man.
It's either get the surgery or get a hysterectomy. I'm about to be 35 with no kids.
I'm about to be 35. Pay attention to me, man. I'm about to be 35 with no kids, and I'm about to have my second surgery on my womb. See, the people that Anton and Myron talk to, they've been through this, and they go through this, and they're putting their bodies through this. And what's happening is, it's like, well, hold on. Do brothers really want to win this war? See, Kevin Samuels was out here to win this war. He just, he knew about this stuff, but, Kevin Samuels is a politically correct, he do all this bullshit. After he died, listen, let me tell you something. These guys, I would say, I guess it's entertaining because what it really is, I keep trying to tell y'all, they are not here to help men. Kevin Samuels was here to help men. And that's one of the things that I said, like, yo, if let's say Kevin Samuels was gay. They said he was gay. Let's say he was gay. He's the only gay man that I've ever seen speak for men. So bold, so strong. I mean, no gay man does that. So I was like, hi. But if he's gay, he spoke up for men. And that's one of the major problems. Gay men speak on some woman shit. Well, if Kevin Samuels was a gay man, he spoke up for men. But this woman is 35, no kids. 2 surgeries on her box. And listen, this is just the intro for Anton and Myron, brother. We must get the Pussycat Facts report out here. Look, a nigga still get with her, I guess. You know what I mean? Light skin or whatever.
Very scary. They don't, they're not doing that much for us with these fibroid situation. It's either get the surgery or get a hysterectomy. I'm about to be 35 with no kids. It's been hell this last.
I'm light skinned. I wear weave and extensions. I'm a baddie, but it's been living hell. What I say is, okay, Myron, Anton, everybody else in the space makes money besides me. And because they put out there, don't respect the poor righteous teacher. Well, it is what it is. You gonna get this work. Sometimes I feel I'm not, believe me, I'm not happy that I don't make any money, but the fact that I know that I can at least talk to Zim Zim or anybody to, I know brothers don't have these conversations. So I know I'm helping somebody because I know men don't have these conversations. So I take a good pride in that, King. But this woman's going through hell.
It's been hell this last past few months. So my surgery is in 3 weeks, and it's been scary. And I feel like they don't talk about it enough. They don't make it a big issue. They don't, the only reason I'm getting my fibroids taken out because they grew so big. They don't.
The only reason I'm getting my fibroids taken out is because they got so big. So if they didn't get so big, I would just live with them. Like I said, over here, we can give you all of the sinister mindsets, thoughts, health conscious, horrible decisions. Just we give you that real woman. All right. They still talking old talking points. And it's okay, man. I'm here to help. Clearly, I ain't making no money for this shit. So this is all to help. Now, this woman, just like other women, are going through this. And they are not trying to tell the younger black girls, yo, look, if you gonna get with a man, do that. Fuck all that career shit because your pussy gonna double cross you after time. And your looks gonna fade and you might gain weight. They ain't telling these women shit. Now, Kevin Samuels was trying to tell women to tell women. Anton and these niggas ain't doing shit. It's entertainment.
They don't test us on the regular. They don't talk about it as much. They don't making it a big issue. I don't want to keep having to get surgery. That's not healthy. So
I don't want to keep getting surgeries. It's not healthy. Ma'am, you are not healthy. And that is one of the talking points that I deal with over here. You cannot let these black women or any woman in America have you after X amount of months without you knowing about her health and welfare, because you could end up going through a lot of mental trauma and stuff like that, knowing, especially when you find out you like the bitch or whatever, and now she got all these health problems. You care about the woman. You don't want to see nothing happen. But she knew she was fucked up all along. Brought that to you. This is the game.
be aware. If you feel bloating, if you feel I'm anemic now, if you feel anything different with your cycle, I just, go to your doctors and say, hey, can y'all give me an ultrasound? Can y'all see if I have fibroids? Because it is common in black women, and they're not really doing that much about it.
It is common in black women. Well, why none of these so-called male gurus talk about it? They don't know about women. And if they knew about fibroids and all the other vaginal illnesses, they would know how it's put into practice by the modern day BW gladiator and the sinister behaviors that they bring upon men.
So
work with me, King.
Keep me in prayers and
Work with me, King Disagreeable. This is my intro, man. I'm trying to work it. Pause.
just gotta fight this thing.
She got to fight this thing. No man did this to her. She got to fight this thing. So please tell me how she gonna love on you. And that will be the intro.
See how the demon uses those certain language? Speaks many different ways, but you gotta stay focused. You must always tell the demon of masculinity the truth.
You're just a flightless bird! If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were.
Hello? And I want the rest of you cowboys to know something. There's a new...
Reggie, where is it?
It's up under the sink, baby. See, that's pussy talking to me right there. Something you might not never know nothing about.
If you pimp, you broke pimp.
You know you fucked up, Woody, don't you?
Come on with it.
Baby powder? Smell that is. You changing diapers?
Pen.
It's in your bloodline,
It's in my
baby.
blood, and you
It's
will
in your
never be that.
bloodline. What?
Malcolm X. Fuck Malcolm X. And black people killed Malcolm X.
Wow, really?
Fuck Malcolm
Really?
X. Fuck all
Malcolm
of them.
X?
Tell me, do you know the difference between a black man and a nigger?
The nigger's the one that would even answer that question.
Let's go. All right. Thank you for your patience. Now let's cook. So, Myron Gaines and Anton Daniels, they have old talking points, to say the least. They allow women to talk in general. You understand? That is not the dissection that Kevin was doing. So basically, you left where we was at, and you fucked it all up. Now, because you had liked Kevin's perspective from the money and the high value man standpoint. But I'll have you know something. Kevin never abandoned us regular men. You understand? Now, he's not talking from the standpoint that I'm talking from, where regular men can just sit a woman all the way down. Because you can't leave this shit up to character, faith, goodwill. You can't do that anymore with these bitches. You can't base it on good character. You can't base it on niceness. You have to really do like Kevin was, putting them in a corner saying, look, bitch, I can show you how you are not a nice person. But that's not what these guys are about. Hold on, Myron. Hold on, player. Now, here's the problem. Not with anything he said, basic shit, basic talking points. The problem here is the women. Now, if you notice, women always got something to say. And it's so funny. They always got something to say when they don't respect the man. Now, I know they don't respect Myron. But they don't got nothing to say. You know why? Because what they have to say is, you're right. They're supposed to be agreeing. But that's why that's why Kevin Samuels, he had to turn these bitches he had to turn them around on themselves so that they could disagree with themselves. It ain't really about agreeing with him, disagreeing with themselves. Ma'am, you are systemically programmed and warped. But these women know that. And Anton allows the platform for them to sit there and not be like, nah, y'all supposed to, hey, we all agree with that so far, right? See, you can't, see, they're willing to just let a man speak. And that would make you think the bitch agree with you. Yo, they got you niggas fucked up out there. Yo, they got you niggas so fucked up. You know one of the key rules to the bitch. If you sitting there talking and she's sitting there listening, you just entered the trick bag. You see what I'm saying? Because one thing a bitch would do is sit there and listen and let you fucking talk. That don't mean she agree with shit you do. And if she got to agree for you to shut the fuck up, then she will. But other than that, she's so talkative because you are right. So the question is, why do you want to be right to a bitch? Bitch is supposed to be like, you right, Myron. These bitches ain't shit, man. Where is the agreement? See, that's a problem. That's why I don't rock with these niggas, man. That's why my channel's fucked up. You got me up there. I'm like, yo, go ahead, brother. Like the men sit there just as stupid as the bitches. No. So many times you don't allow nobody to floor. Nobody. Myron said he's an open racist against anyone. So none of these people respect them, but you don't want to chime in with agreements. What is wrong with these people, man? He's talking all of the old talking points. Why the bitches ain't agreeing? Why the bitches ain't agreeing, King? You know why. Nobody's saying that. Why he don't get anything? We don't give him no a round of applause, a whistle. This is the platform Anton built. Bullshit. And it's not here to help men. And I say all the time, look, these bitches are willing to team up on you niggas, man. This is the perfect time to team up on the bitches. Talk that shit, Myron. Put these bitches down. They don't want to team in. They're showing you. No, you make this a big deal. You jump out your seat, you spin, you do whatever. Got these bitches looking like military niggas in the face, all because Myron here. Now they can't be sexy no more. Yo, y'all niggas, man, yo. They don't call these bitches out on none of this shit. That's why I go internal. Because these old talking points, they could just sit there and be numb. No. Y'all let that shit happen, man. Let bitches sit around numb. Kevin don't let bitches do that. I'm going to show you. Kevin don't let bitches sit there numb, looking stupid. No. We celebrate. This is war. We celebrate and we stomp down. Look at them. They look mean in the face. Fuck you being nice to somebody like that for. And all you doing is talking truth. Because that's the platform that Anton allowed. It's entertainment. It's money. And that's fine. But somebody got to get the truth out here. They're so numb to these old talking points, but they should be agreeing. But watch what they do. They're going to go find a way to disagree. Like I said, we're going to get to it. There you have it. Clown ass niggas, man. Fuck are you talking about? That's the only time you got a fucking response? When it's gay? What the fuck is wrong with you people, man? Yo, whatever, man. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Now, what you have, let me tell you what you have here. Let me tell you, oh, y'all can't even see the shit? Oh, hell no, my fault. My fault. My fault. Oh, man. Let's bring it back. I got time. It's storming, supposed to be storming up here. I was like, man, storming, fuck, where am I going? You understand? So we're going to cook. Let's bring it back.
Weren't there. They're crooks. And it's just like a never-ending cycle where there's no real to black.
Want to know the secret
Let's
of
bring it
authentic
back,
content
son.
that performs everywhere, not just social? Let's be real. Today's audiences can spot staged brand photos.
Why would I? You can have them, bro.
Why wouldn't you?
They can have them, man. I'm not competing for LaQuisha. You guys can have them, man.
Well, every black woman ain't LaQuisha. What you mean?
Look, I say that's look, I'm fucking around, but the when they say dumb shit like that, or you can't pull a black woman, like that's just like cope a lot of the times because they're saying what that really. Let me decode the stupidity for you. When people say dumb shit like that, translation, you're not willing to tolerate the bad behavior that naturally comes with a lot of black women. Because let's be honest, let's deal with the stereotypes here, right? I'm an open racist towards everybody. Let's deal with the black stereotypes. Black women are fat, loud, crass, annoying, have attitudes, and they don't respect male authority. There's a
Look at the women. Look at the women. Now they supposed to agree. So you got the one bitch up top, she's looking down. You got the other bitch, she's looking like a military soldier. The light-skinned bitches truly don't give a fuck. So what are we doing here?
There's a bunch of reasons for this, but I'll go over simply. The average black woman weighs 187 pounds. A lot of them are grow up in a single mother household where they're told every single day, niggas ain't shit. There is no patriarch in the family a lot of the times. This is just what goes on. Then when you listen to the rap music, what are they saying? Fuck niggas, get money, blah, blah, blah. It's just shitting on black men all day.
Now, why is none of the bitches agreeing? None of the bitches agreeing. Why they won't agree? I'll tell you why. Because what women, they're numb to your old talking points, first and foremost. Second of all, a woman will let you talk. And by her being quiet, she believes that you believe she agrees with you. It's the most childish shit you ever seen. Yo, these bitches are children. You hear me? That's why I tell you niggas, you out here trying to do real talk to a woman by telling them this, that, and the third. That is not how Kevin Samuels did it. It was more of dissecting. And how do you dissect? You ask questions where they get to turn themselves on themselves. You don't influence the conversation at all. See, they're numb to all this influential shit. Yo, you're this, you're that, you're this. They know that already, and they still won't agree for good faith conversation. These people are sick.
And then the black men that are in their life a lot of the times, not every single time, but a lot of the times they're criminals. They're fathers that were even speak on black mindset of let me challenge a man, let me be rambunctious, fat, respectful, speak proper English. You know, they say ask instead of acts. like all these things. And that's what I like. So if I'm going to be around that, great. I don't really care about skin color like that. I have a preference. It just so happens that a lot of the times Black women don't adhere to these preferences because they're indoctrinated to have this mindset of, let me challenge a man. Let me be rambunctious. Let me go ahead and chase a career.
Hold on. Why won't they agree with him? Nobody, like I said, the men are supposed to be jumping. See, these men are the reason why this whole shit is fucked up. The men supposed to be like, the men are supposed to be like agreeing. Since the bitches don't want to agree, you stomp on them. Since they don't want to team up, since they want to declare war right in front of your fucking face. Yo, you niggas are crazy, man. You don't even team up with men even when they're talking the truth because you don't like them. Like, y'all niggas are crazy, man. You messed up the whole Kevin Samuels case study type stuff. That's what you did. Because Kevin Samuels, we took a joy and a camaraderie of saying, yeah, man, that nigga really exposed that hoe. You know what I mean? It was joyful. Where'd I put it? Hold on, fam. Let me continue with this for the moment. That's some bullshit. Matter of fact, let me do this real quick.
Hey, now a woman that got a job walk, with security, am I right or wrong? You know what I'm saying? They walking the nightclub going, honey, I don't give a fuck if I don't meet nobody nowhere. Because I'm going to the credit union tomorrow. I don't need nobody to tell me shit. I buy my own damn shit. That's right. And that's the kind I want to meet.
One second, man. I don't know what the hell I did with my shit. Let's go. Kevin Samuels did a more dissecting approach to these tricks, man. Yeah, these dudes, they fucked the game up. They fucked the game up, King. They fucked this game up. They fucked this game up, King.
Okay. In your age group, you believe there is?
Yes.
Do you want to be married?
I do. I do aspire to be married.
And what's the oldest man you've ever dated?
So I thought 25. I do.
Now, the reason why I said all of the things that I said thus far is because what happened was Kevin Samuels was giving you case by case study where you can really, if not make a difference, really expose. But when you Anton and Myron and all that shit, it's general. It's everything that we already know. What's the solution? See what I'm saying? And if you're not going to give a solution, can you at least embarrass the bitches the way that Kevin did? Like, this is war, son. And Kevin, he's not like these guys. Yo, I don't want to mix it up. It's war. You understand where I'm coming from? It's like, I don't know, man. Do you want men to have their dominant stance back? Because it ain't going to be the money. It ain't going to be the old talking points anymore. You have to hit in the gut. I'm sorry. You have to really, I'm sorry. It's just what it is. If men want that back. All this other shit is entertainment, man. The bitches know you can't qualify them because they could put on nice clothes and go to the gym and look good. They know you can't disqualify them by those measures. What do you have? Well, you have mindset. If you allow to talk to the bitch, well, you say bitches be lying. Well, you got to go to the core. What's up with that box? Trying to teach here, man. But if you don't get to that, you'll never get to the honesty of a woman. But let's show the difference of when Kevin Samuels does a dissection. These guys are doing general. You can't do general. All them bitches on Anton panel needs to be one simple case study. Can we dive into what's going on with you and how you operate so that you can help other women? We want to be solution based. I have all the tools for the women and the men over here. You might not like them. I have the Pussycat Facts Report and I have the man auction. Okay?
Getting married or like around, he should be like 32.
32, 8 years from now?
Yeah. So I plan on having kids 5 years from now. So 5. Well, I want to have
Before
kids
you get
before
married?
marriage. I do, but if it doesn't work out that way, I'm going to have kids regardless.
Stop the show. Let me play it back. You didn't hear it.
So if you want to be married, about what age do you think your husband would be?
Well, my boyfriend currently now is 24. So we plan on getting married like around, he should be like 32.
32, 8 years from now?
Yeah. So I plan on having kids 5 years from now. So 5. Well, I want to have
Before
kids
you get
before
married?
marriage. I do, but if it doesn't work out that way, I'm going to have kids regardless.
Oh, hold on, Miss. Hold on, Miss. I can't do.
Now they start laughing. So the women start laughing. See? These are the same women that's on Anton's panel. And it's a lot more to their vaginal health. Like you're dealing with people, like I say, I don't know if this is entertainment or not, but it's damn sure not honesty. See what I'm saying?
I gotta come right back. Excuse me?
Yes.
Are you trolling me? Hold on,
No,
hold on. You openly want to have children before you get married, and if you don't get married, fuck it, it's cool. I'm still gonna have babies.
So no, it's hard to choose a baby daddy nowadays. So if I
It's called a husband. That's what it's called.
husband, you're absolutely right. But it's
But
hard.
are you a wife?
Say it again.
Are you a wife?
I feel like I do wifely duties as a girlfriend.
Okay,
Yes.
but okay, ma'am. Let's back up. What do you do for a living?
Currently I am unemployed due to the natural disaster.
How you gonna provide for them natural babies?
That's why I said 6 years from now, because I am looking to put myself through college and I want to go to school for psychology and all of that. So it's all a plan 6 years from now. And if I can't have a husband, if I can't have a husband 6 years from now, I still do want to have children because I don't want to wait until I'm in my 30s to have kids.
Now, that's basically all the bitches on Anton's panel. All the bitches that Myron talked to, they're all the same. We all know this already, man.
Are you trolling me?
No, not at all. It's just it's ways to have children nowadays without having a husband, which is sad. But when there's a but,
no, what's sad is
there's
you
not
think
good.
this. What's just sad is you.
There you go. There you have it, black man. And this is just, this is just the beginning. But what happens is we were getting more of a dissection. See, where, okay, we understand the war that women, Kevin Samuels understood the war that was out on black men. And he was just willing to, at the very least, expose it. Damn sure wasn't going to team up with it the way these guys do. Now, Myron, put it like this. Let me not say that. Anton and Myron, yes, they use these women the way they're supposed to be used. But my thing is, you abandon the regular man and you have no solutions for the regular man. Well, no. Kevin Samuels representing high value men and you are high value men. But what about all of the other people? They should strive to be that and then get with a woman. What about then? Do they know how to pick the right woman then? So it's all bullshit. So at the very least, you have to get to the core of the woman so that you know and I know she's not fit for you no matter who you are. See that?
It's ways to have children nowadays without having a husband, which is sad, but when there's a but,
No, what's sad is
there's
you
not
think
good.
this. What's just sad is you think this way.
Yes, because I've seen a lot of failed relationships, a lot of failed marriages.
You've seen a lot of failures as women. That's yes.
Why is that? Women are not in relationships by themselves.
Yeah, women. Listen, because 80% of the time when a relationship ends, the woman is the one walking out the door.
That is highly true, especially in my case.
That's failing at a relationship. If the relationship fails, and if 8 out of 10 times somebody's leaving, you say that's the failure. They quit. And even what you talk about right now, you got,
like I said, what Kevin Sam used and what we do over here is we turn the women on themselves. He did it from a mental and systemic programming thing that everybody could identify. I do it from a fibroid, endometriosis, ovarian cyst, PCOS, BV, yeast infection, constipation, bad diet, bad box maintenance. I do it from a different perspective. Hysterectomies, laparoscopies. I mean, this is serious shit. But these guys, they just talking this general shit. Now, we like case study. Yo, what's good? What makes you good? Turn the woman around on herself, Kevin. Go ahead, Kevin.
That's failing at a relationship. If the relationship fails, and if 8 out of 10 times somebody's leaving, you say that's the failure. They quit. And even what you talk about right now, you got 1 foot in and 1 foot out the door. I'm going to have babies regardless. So a man can or cannot be there. So you're openly just saying, I'll choose to be a baby mama, and I'll choose to try to live life instead of cooperating with a man. I'll go get a psychology degree and then live a middle class life, working paycheck to paycheck or so. But I do that instead of learning how to cooperate.
That's not what my goal is. My goal is to have a happy home with a husband. And
but that ain't what you said. Okay, maybe that may be what the Disney dream. But you just said in a few years I'm going to have babies whether I'm married or not.
I don't want to wait until I'm in my 30s to have children, because that a lot of women do have to wait until they're in their 30s.
No, you need to wait till you're a wife. See, the problem is, if I can just be directly honest with you, what you're talking about is extremely selfish.
Not many men.
Now, there's no podcast or anything where a man can talk to a woman and be extremely honest with her. See, everything is general. You can't talk to her that way because the other women around. And the women don't choose to talk to you in this fashion. You know? And I was always, because like I always say, only a real woman will give you the Pussycat Facts report. And I call all them women, for the most part, that call Kevin Samuels show, I call them bitches real women. They was really going up there, you know, to really face the mirror.
Men want to marry.
Listen, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. 51% of black men are single and childless, 64% in the middle class. Men today want to be married more than y'all. Here's the problem. Most women today aren't fit to be wives. And this may sting a little bit, man, but listen, I need you to listen to what I'm about to say because I'll let you speak. You're worried about having a kid. Why don't you focus on becoming a woman worthy of marrying? Instead of talking about the men aren't there, all you need is be worthy of being married to one.
Now, you're not going to get men talking to a woman saying, why don't you try to worry about becoming a woman worth marrying? You're just going to hear Anton and Myron talking general, old talking points. Kevin Samuels is like, base model shit. Base model shit, man. Ain't even got a fucking CD player in the motherfucking shit is ridiculous, man.
Instead of already got your backup plan, well, since most men don't want to marry, you're creating your own reality to justify being a baby mama.
That is true. Speaking things into existence, I do believe in that, and that is something I know I need to work on.
So if you have a daughter, you're gonna tell her, yeah, go ahead and have babies outside of it. Go ahead and have babies, whether you're married or not.
No, not of course not. I'm always gonna tell.
Here we go. If you have daughters, you're gonna tell them go out there and just fucking have babies. She says no, but she's gonna do it. You're not gonna get this kind of conversation anymore, guys, because you know, the talking points are old. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show you something real quick. See, because what I deal with is the hiding, the lying. I tell you, man, this stuff got music behind it, but so what? We ain't getting paid.
Women don't consider this one issue that we had, and that is that I had fibroids. And I was bleeding one time. We were out on a date really, really bad, and I was back and forth to the bathroom, trying to figure out how I can avoid telling you that I have fibroids, because what woman getting married in a new relationship wants their spouse to know they're sick?
What woman wants her spouse to know that her box is fucked up? She done got the man already. She done got the man already. And she still don't want to tell him. Now that she got this man, he got to deal with all her bad box illnesses. It is sickening, bro. Sickening work. And when you see women like this come out and try to tell her story, she's not trying to tell younger women, yo, tell men about your box conditions. You never know how good they're going to care for you. Because they know if you tell them, a man going to be like, oh, we know you a throwaway box. It's serious work, man. This shit is horrible with these people, man. The bitch sat there and tried to hide.
Go to the bathroom, trying to figure out how I can avoid telling you that I have fibroids, because what woman getting married in a new relationship wants their spouse to know they're sick?
But once you told me about it, once you disclosed it, there wasn't my attitude about it at all.
Once you disclosed it, you know, like I tell you, they already got them. They already done fucked the man to death. They already done put that box on him. You know what I mean? And this shit is wild. So now he loves the bitch, right? And he like, you know, it ain't even that serious. Your box fucked up a little more than normal. I gotta care about you like I supposed to. All you had to do was be honest from the rip. So why was she lying? Because he would cast judgment. And guess what? Their relationship is hinged on him now. He can always say, boo, you know your pussy fucked up. And guess what she the only thing she can do, go to somebody who do not know about her box issues. See that? So when you hear these women talking, man, you like, wow, these bitches ain't shit.
Fibroids, because what woman getting married in a new relationship wants their spouse to know they're sick?
But once you told me about it, once you disclosed it, there wasn't my attitude about it at all. It's something we had to really overcome. We had to really talk through it. There were moments I didn't understand. There were moments that, I'll be honest with you all, I was frustrated.
There you go, King Disagreeable. That's a battered, abused man. He was frustrated. And this is after she got the good man. I mean, we talking about case study shit. All this general old talking point shit is over, if you ask me, because you can't win with that. They are numb.
Get the help that you need. And if your spouse is dealing with it, or your daughter, your auntie, somebody you know.
Look at her. She got her head down. I respect it, man. You know, what I respect is women are so fucking evil that they don't tell the man. They get the man to love them. The man be like, oh, come on, boo. You could have said that. We could have dealt with that from the beginning. But she wouldn't have had her power from the beginning. Just like she just lost power. It's all on him really, really caring. You know? And it always goes to show black men are good men for the most part. He's dealing with that. He don't have to. He's healthy. You know? Let's get back to it. I just try to show you, man, like Kevin Samuels is more of letting you know, ma'am, you ain't shit. Like, let's not do all this general stuff that Anton and them doing. Now, oh man, damn.
The one filing.
9 times out of 10, that Black woman health was at risk.
Accountability is like kryptonite, folks. Again, when I just showed her that the 8 out of 10 times a relationship or marriage in our community is not 40% men, it's 20% men. Instead of saying, damn, I didn't know that high, she's going to still find a way to make the men's fault.
I'm not making it the man's fault. I didn't know
accountability. Well, but what I did, okay, do you believe that when divorce is filed in our community, 8 out of 10 times it's the woman filing?
Absolutely.
Then you know what the number one cause of divorce is?
You're going to say women?
People filing for divorce.
Okay.
There's a reason your grandmothers and great-grandmothers and folks were married for 30, 40, 50 years because they weren't so quick to leave or find a reason. See, this is a perfect phone call because you're a young woman and you are indicative of our cultural programming.
Programming. And like I said, wow, man. The whole space has lost the luster. You cannot speak to women anymore. And like I say, I mean, it's wow. Even if you paying for the women to be on there, you can't even speak to them. It's wow, man. I'm not saying that he is or he ain't, or I'm just saying, like, we talking about actually speaking to the woman. All this general shit, like, you're not gonna help anyone. At the very least, hopefully Kevin can help this woman. Like, we're not helping anyone anymore. And like I say, over here, at least the least you can say, we are trying to help women maintain the health of their vagina. That's at the very least. Now, we have way more than that, but at the very least, we want women to maintain their vaginal health. Pay attention. How do we know you got fibroids and you don't?
Already priming yourself to be a baby mama because the stuff that you believe that I don't know if you've seen it, but it doesn't happen to the frequency with which people act like it happens in our culture.
Right. Absolutely believe you. I thought I was rich when I was a kid. I didn't know that I was middle class because my mother was a single mother and she always made things happen. So I always thought we were rich because
you know your
I
father?
was privileged. Yes, my father was a provider, big provider, but my mother was the disciplinary parent. So that is who I say raised me because everything I know in this world, I learned from her.
Did your mother and father married?
No, they bought a home together.
How many kids did your father have?
Marriage. Say it again.
How many kids did your father have?
Well, this becomes so.
How many children did your mother have?
My mother has 6 kids.
Hello. My mother has 6 kids. See that? See that? So, once you find out, oh, your mother has 6 kids. See, you're allowing women to talk without knowing who they are or what they did. Her dad provided, but her mom's made things happen. Having a daughter is clown shit. Shit. I mean, it works with both genders, King. I told your ass already. I told you about me. That shit works with both genders, man. Like, this is some serious shit. And you sitting there say, yeah, son, even a thug nigga like me? Yes. Because things get you, like, it's a tough fight, man. And you got to be way aggressive. Which way do you win? Do you be super aggressive with the child? Or do you, wimp out? It's a tough fight. And just let the little nigga run all over you. What do you do?
By how many men?
Frequency
to which people act like it happens in our culture.
Right. Absolutely believe you. I thought I was rich when I was a kid. I didn't know that I was middle class because my mother was a single mother and she always made things happen. So I always thought we were rich because
you know your
I
father?
was privileged. Yes, my father was a provider, big provider, but my mother was the disciplinary parent. So that is who I say raised me because everything I know in this world, I learned from her.
Ma'am, that is not a compliment to your mother. You just said you're willing to have kids with no man around. And you learned that from your mother. Like I said, you won't get this sort of interaction anymore with the men with the big platforms, Anton, Myron. You know, like I said, you got to respect. Only real women will give you the Pussycat Facts report. For the most part, only real women were really going up there to talk to Kevin Samuels, no matter how belligerent or ridiculous they were. It took a realness, man, and to stick around because it don't get better.
Happened. So I always thought we were rich because
You know your
I was
father?
privileged. Yes, my father was a provider, big provider, but my mother was the disciplinary parent, so that is who I say raised me because everything I know in this world I learned from her.
Were your mother and father married?
No, they bought a home together.
How many kids did your father have?
The marriage. Say it again.
How many kids did your father have?
Well, this becomes so.
How many children did your mother have?
My mother has 6 kids.
By how many men?
4.
So your mother was a disciplinarian. Your mother was a chaotic one.
One of her baby fathers were in prison, and she didn't make that choice on a good choice when she was young. And then my father, he took care of my 3 older sisters. That is my sister's father. Say it again.
Have you had any therapy?
Yes.
Are you still currently in it?
No, I know. I just said I needed it because I have a lot of unresolved.
Okay, but you don't need to be having anybody's children until you get your head clear.
Absolutely.
Now, the demonstration is you're watching panels and all this other stuff now, and you're really not getting anything out of it. I mean, you're happy to hear all the old talking points. And I'm gonna tell you something else. All of the guys in the space, they went political. All the men, so men ain't helping men anymore. Everybody's political now. You see? And like you say, yo, niggas making a bunch of money, it is what it is. Who am I to disagree to that? But I could tell you something. The space went political, right? And men ain't helping men. And like I said before, I know the Pussycat Facts report is too powerful for most men. Niggas are happy with bitches just running circles around. Kevin Samuels was not with that shit.
Absolutely, 6 years from now.
But you can't put a clock on that.
I'm not.
You can't put a clock on that.
But if I know that if 2 years from now, I don't feel like I'm going to be financially stable to take care of 2, and I feel like in 4 years I'll be better in the process to do that. Because I don't want to have.
And if you're not,
I won't have children. It's like I don't want to have children out of wedlock, but I want children. So
why?
I want to raise somebody, and I know that's the only thing that I can leave in this world is my 50%.
So go ahead. Why women choose marriage? Why women choose? No.
By who?
I'm going to tell you. Promises I keep before marriage, because it's the one thing that a poor woman can control. You can't control. The premise of this book is the love you didn't get, you can get it unconditionally from your kids. It's a thing about being poor. Promises I can keep. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I'm not going to belabor you. But look, knowing that your mother has 6 kids by 4 men, knowing you have things in your mind, and the fact that you were just so hell-bent on, I'm going to have kids, because that's my legacy. Kids are not dolls. They're not pets. They're not possessions.
Absolutely not.
What you're talking about is having somebody for your selfish reason.
There you have it. You're having children for your selfish reasons. Your mother had 6 kids by 4 men. I mean, we talking about breaking it down. You hear me? And I'm just saying, like, you're not going to get anything close. They are letting women speak, talking points and all this wild shit. This shit it has lost all control. Niggas went political. So with that being said, everything's politically correct. You know? King Disagreeable, man. I need you to give me the courage to launch that other channel, man, because we're ready to launch. I'm just, acting a little timid.
versus their sentient life.
If I said
A
I wanted
child
to raise a
deserves,
person,
listen, please. A child deserves a fair shot. That means a mother and father in a relationship where the child was planned and given the best start. Not something like you're talking about. A person who knows they have issues. And I'm still gonna say in a few years, if I don't want to wait till I'm old. That's what's in this book. Women choosing motherhood over marriage. And who gets doomed is the kids in that result. Because there's one thing about maintaining a child. That's food, water, shelter, clothing. Then there's another thing about raising. Do you think you could really raise children on your own into healthy, functioning, productive citizens?
Now, that I never mind the question. The never mind with the frame or whatever the subject matter of the question. The point is they don't even question women anymore about who they are, and with that being said, how they can help other women. See, this thing is all the way gone. Now, yes, you could come over here and ask us, hey, how y'all helping men? Well, we got the Pussycat Facts report. Stand on business. You understand? We have the Pussycat Facts report. We stand on straight business. We have things that can help these men.
not at all. Not at
And
all.
why would you say I will still have them if I'm not married?
Because I wouldn't necessarily be doing it alone. I grew up in a family where everyone puts in, and I understand.
There we go. Let's bring it back. She want to have a child by herself, like most black women, and they use their family. And that was one of the things that black men, at least in our day, we had family. And I had told my first baby mama, bitch, you could do whatever you want. I got family.
So, because there's one thing about maintaining a child. That's food, water, shelter, clothing. And then there's another thing about raising. Do you think you could really raise children on your own into healthy, functioning, productive citizens?
Not at all. Not at
And
all.
why would you say I will still have them if I'm not married?
Because I wouldn't necessarily be doing it alone. I grew up in a family where everyone puts in, and I understand that that's not the family's responsibility or obligation. I prefer to.
What I need my critics to understand is this: these are the women that men are picking.
These are the women that men are picking. Trying to tell you, pimp. Kevin was trying to help. Giving you a case study, like just talking these general talking points. Fat women, black women are fat, this, that. Yeah, we know. Niggas love that shit. You know what I mean? Shit. Niggas love a big body black woman. Because that, what is it? 60% of them.
Obligation. I prefer to.
What I need my critics to understand is this: these are the women that men are picking. That's what I need my critics to understand. This is the mindset of the women that the men have to pick from. They think that they got to pick. Man, you're not fit. Your thought process isn't even fit. The fact that you're saying it's not ideal, but I'll have a blended family. That is a choice that you are sitting down saying, I am going to logically make. Instead of being married, I want to have a kid so bad that I will spread the rearing and raising and nurturing of this child over my relatives and my friends. That's freaking sane.
Not at all. That's not at all what I was saying. Like that. That's
then
not.
If you're not married, if you're not going to be married, who's going to help you raise a child?
I'm stuck.
There you have it. I'm stuck. And that is what we was interested in. How can you stick these bitches? No disrespect, man. We're not about playing around with general statements the way Anton and Myron. They're working hard. They're being entertained, and that's fine. This is about stick and move.
That's not at all what I was saying. Like that. That's
then
not.
If you're not married, if you're not going to be married, who's going to help you raise a child?
I'm stuck. I don't. So,
They stuck with the truth, so say it. Who's going to help you?
Nobody.
Then who are you talking about? If
you feel like it's if you refer to my family helping as a burden, then I would say nobody.
Okay, your family and the family. Are we talking about women?
I have 2 older brothers. Yeah, no, actually, I have one younger brother. He's super tall, and a bigger older brother who.
Like I said, Kevin Samuels was not having women disagree with him. They were disagreeing with themselves. He would just turn it around. point is you can't get these sort of conversations anymore. And I would dare to say that these are the real women that's willing to come up and get themselves exposed and talk that truth. I would say they are the real women, not these ones on Anton's panel that's they're numb to all the talking points because Anton taught them. So when Myron come, they don't know how to show respect the way that this woman is when another man is talking. But if Kevin came, they would show respect. All bullshit. All bullshit. That's why I call this woman and the women that came on Kevin, they the real ones.
Burden, then I would say nobody.
Okay, your family and the family. Are we talking about women?
I have 2 older brothers. Yeah. No, actually I have one younger brother. He's a super tall, and a bigger older brother who has 2 daughters of his own.
Is he married?
Sadly, no. He was engaged, but it didn't work out.
No, I don't think this makes any sense at all to say I'm going to go have children and have my brother help me raise them.
I'm not gonna. That's not what the
Your
goal
husband.
is. My goal
Okay.
is that
Why are you okay, ma'am? Why are you hell bent on having kids outside of wedlock?
I'm not hell bent on that. I
So if you don't get
call that bitch hell bent, yo, son, this is the work, man. Like I would say this is the work. You have to be able to talk to these women, and you have to be able to get to the core so they can see themselves as the truth. Hold on, Kevin. Hold on. Let's get to Kevin. You must tell these bitches the truth. Where Kevin at?
You must always tell the demon of masculinity the truth. You must use the word.
Your husband. Okay. Why are you okay, ma'am? Why are you hell bent on having kids outside of wedlock?
I'm not hell bent on that.
So if you don't get married, are you saying you will never have children?
That is what it will happen if I know that I really can't provide for my children mentally and financially. Then
That's not what you said when you first came through the door.
no, I said I would have children. I've thought about all of that. I said that I wouldn't have children at one point in time if I couldn't have a husband. And then I also was like, no, because I want to have a child.
Man, I don't believe you. I believe you realize this is sounding crazy. I believe that what you said.
Right. I believe that you realize you sounded batshit crazy and you're trying to change your story. But like I said, man, you're not going to get this sort of talk anymore. And the main reason is because they've been spoiled with all the talking points. See? And that's why I do what I do. Because I know you had to shift the talking points in order to combat these goddamn gladiators. But Kevin,
you must always tell the demon of masculinity the truth.
Financially, then
you must use the word.
No, I said I would have children. I've thought about all of that. I said that I wouldn't have children at one point in time if I couldn't have a husband. And then I also was like, no, because I want to have a child.
Man, I don't believe you. I believe you realize this is sounding crazy. I believe that what you said when you first came through the door is the truth. In a few years, you're gonna be somebody's baby mama.
Because I can easily adopt.
Adopting is no different.
There you go, black man. From one conversation, this woman done ended up to adoption. And that's just what we trying to look. That's all we're trying to tell you guys, man. When it comes to the real part of a woman, her pussy, you can witness some of the most sinister behaviors. And you can help that if you learned about, vaginal wellness and how it causes depression and an unstable mind, and the women that you deal with, you never know if they've been clotting. You're wondering why they bled on you 2 times in 1 month. You're wondering all these tricky things. How come your period lasts so long and all this? So much that she knows you're not willing to understand. So you must attack from a gut perspective. That's the secret they'll never tell you. And Kevin, he just kept it surface level, but he cornered this bitch.
You still have no.
It's more likely for adoption that they want the mother and the father. I understand that, but if life turns out to where
Ladies and gentlemen, understand that men want peace. Men want cooperation and peace, and it is almost impossible to get peace from a chaotic mind.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
That's what I need you guys to understand. Chaos. Women need to be a place of peace. And there's no peace in this chaos. That doesn't make you a bad person, man. But the fact is, I truly hope you do not go make a baby without being married.
I believe that too. I strongly believe that because I watched how it was for my mom to do it by herself. I understand the heartache and the struggles and the decisions she made that affected her children. I understand that. I also understand that if I don't, by the time I'm 35, it's unlikely that I'm going to be able to have a child in a snap like that from off of one interaction with a man. It's very unlikely. So if I don't like to say find a husband. I'd rather a husband find me. Because I don't believe myself, as you can see. I altered my thoughts on whether I would have a child out of wedlock or if I would have a child. But I didn't want to lose my virginity until I was married. But being a young...
Now, we let it run on because these are the ways that you learn. Now, what happens is you say, hey, let the bitch talk. But not on Anton and them panel because they ain't talking about shit. Nah, Queen, talk about you. Talk about what's going on, what had happened, and so that the other younger women that you are up here trying to help, right? So you can help them. Focus on helping the women. Tell all the bad, which is commonplace.
Although I wasn't an adult, a teenager, being a teenager, I was very, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but influenced in, I don't know. I wanted to wait till marriage, and that's not how it happened. So at the end of the day, I know if I don't get married, then my other option is to never have children, and that's unfair, I feel, to me.
Why?
Because I never was able to find a man that felt that I was fit for a wife. So now I can't have children. I don't know, but there's a lot of men out here that will lay their seed in a woman without.
There we go. The accountability was on her. Now she's gonna. Now I don't know how men got into this shit, but she's gonna blame the men. When all it takes, all jokes aside, all you got to do is be a nice woman. I don't know. I mean, so many men out here. You telling me you can't get a husband? It's horrible, man. That shit is bad, man. Fuck are you looking for? Because we know plenty fat niggas got houses. Plenty.
Because I never was able to find a man that felt like I was fit for a wife. So now I can't have children. I don't know, but there's a lot of men out here that will lay their seed in a woman without wanting to marry. So I'm not saying that that's what I would do, but at the end of the day, that is very much so true. You have lots of men who will lay down with women. Yeah, I don't think he can hear me. But a lot of men lay down with women and make children regardless, just as much as a woman does. It takes two to make a child. Women do not have these children on their own. And a lot of times, men are the ones to leave after they have children out of wedlock. Women don't get to leave their children. We do in some cases, but I believe, I'm pretty sure you know the statistics, I'm pretty sure men leave more often after the woman has a child.
Yo, you got see, it's a trick now. There's a trick. See, you can always get to a woman talking about a man, but don't ask about a man. See that? See the difference? You must start the question off about her. She'll get there. See? Always when you sitting there and you're letting a woman run on, you got to make that question or subject matter about her. That's where you get all of this blah 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 shit, man. It's beautiful and it's tricky, and a lot of men they don't want to do that shit, and women know it.
When was the last time you were in therapy?
My senior year in high school.
How long ago was that?
Hold on, my name.
Now, Anton, I mean Myron and Anton. Well, Anton can and Myron can ask a woman was she in therapy. They don't give a fuck about answering for Myron, and Anton just can't ask the women that he talked to that, about that. So, not gonna get it.
Now I'm turning 21. 5 years, going on 5 years. I can't count. I'm sorry, I can't count. 2 to 3 years.
Okay. I think it would be good to revisit that.
Therapy, absolutely. I have a lot of unresolved issues, but do you have children of your own?
You know, talk about me.
I'm just.
I do. And the point of the matter is, see, I wanted a lot of children too, but I put aside what I wanted for what was best.
Which was to find a woman that was fit.
Which is because if I'm not going to have them in my household, I'm not going to make them just because I want them.
Great point, Kevin. I mean, all my black brothers in the chat box. Let's just tell the truth, brothers. I mean, it's either you wanted kids or you didn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, if you wanted kids, you wanted to have you a squad. You know what I mean? Like, let's just call it what it is. We wanted a Brady bunch if we could have had a perfect world. When we started making babies, son, we never knew the world could be so imperfect. Like, we thought, we didn't understand that on the other side of that was a gladiator BW. But if you want to say it in a nicer way, was a woman with her own wants, needs, and desires and all this. We just didn't know. We thought we could have babies like grandma and them. Hell no. That shit is wild. I mean, the minimum for black women in grandma in them days was like 4 to a woman. Then, following those generations, you had like what, 2? Well, maybe 3, because it was the welfare baby mama era. And they was popping them. Then they got shamed out of that. Then it went to like 2. And their bitches just said, yo, I'll just have a kid, be gone. Then it went to 1. And now it's a damn toss-up, King, of your black generation ever continuing.
I wanted a big family. I got 1.
Oh, wow.
But I decided, since you asked me, I decided if I can't raise them the way I want to raise them in my home, then I won't have them. Because having a baby ain't about me, it's about them. And what you're saying is ultimately, hey, other people do this and do that. All right. But once that child is here, man, this all stops being theory. And because you said some really troubling things, that I'll find somebody who will give me a baby.
No, that is not.
You said there are plenty of men who are willing to lay their seed in a woman.
That is my point.
What's the implication?
Say it again.
What's the implication of that?
So women don't have.
What's the implication of saying that there are plenty? If I haven't found a man to be a wife, if I haven't found a man to be a wife to, and I can't get married, that means I can't have kids. How is that fair? I said, so you think that's fair to me? I said, no, I don't care if it's fair. You said, well, that doesn't have to happen because there are plenty of men who are around here who are willing to lay their seed in a woman.
Now, this is one of those tricky ones. This is a 2-way where she looks like a complete asshole either way. So Kevin is saying, well, hey, you'll just let a man lay the seed in you. What she is saying is no. Men run around having babies while a woman can't run around having babies. Like, I mean, this bitch is, yo, bro.
How was that fair? I said, so you think that's fair to me? I said, no, I don't care if it's fair. You said, well, that doesn't have to happen because there are plenty of men who are around here who are willing to lay their seed in a woman.
No, I wasn't saying that in reference to that. I wasn't saying that. That was not what I was saying to reference. I said something about adopting.
And that was before, but saying that men are loose with their seed means what?
That women don't have children out of wedlock by themselves. There's men who knowingly.
That's bullshit.
Men knowingly nutting women, knowing that.
No, that's bullshit.
How?
That's bullshit. Women decide. No, if a baby is born, a woman decided to bring that baby to terms. No, I'm sorry. There are 30.
Hello. You could get nutted in all you want. You still decide.
If a baby is born, a woman decided to bring that baby to terms. No, I'm sorry. There are 30 plus forms of. Nope. I'll let you talk. I'm not going to let that bullshit slide. There are more than 33 forms of birth control for women. Plus, you have options afterwards. If a baby is born, it's because a woman chose to bring a child to term. Now, the end result is we're talking about you. And
pay attention. This is the theme of the show. This is why I made the thumbnail. We are talking about you. See? We don't get that sort of talk anymore. And that is some of the missing formula. Allowing women to speak from a general standpoint, saying what? They agree or disagree? No. When we start to talking about you, your story can help other women. So you're not really up here to share a damn thing. You're not really up here to help a damn thing. That's why Kevin, at the very least, he said, well, I'll just expose you. I respect your courage for coming up here, and I understand that you do have the systemic programming warp chip. And I respect the woman for going up there. Look at her. She's dumbfounded. And because it's, fucking with her systemic program chip. You know what I mean? It's wild behavior. We're not getting this anymore, mainly because our channel has stunted with the growth. Okay? And then the Pussycat Facts Report is for every man.
To bring a child to term. Now, the end result is we're talking about you. And ma'am, I'm just going to be honest, the woman I'm talking to today, it has a chaotic mind. And a chaotic mind doesn't parent well.
6 years from now, I'm not going to have the same mindset that I have I know as an adult that what I thought 5 years ago, I do not think now. I did not think as of right now. So 6 years from now, I believe that my maturity and my knowledge will be way stronger in a way where I can raise a child with a man. But if that man isn't there, then I'm not to have children. And that makes sense to me because it is selfish to raise a child without a man.
So that's more like what we was talking about when it comes to, at the very least, exposing a woman, helping that woman, giving her a different frame of thought. Not this stuff that these guys are doing where, okay, now we're not saying she's going to go change her life or anything like that, but we'll take the expose. And you just don't get that anymore because for some reason, after Kevin died, all the men are buddy-buddy with bitches. And guess who loses into that? The regular man. Kevin spoke up for the regular man as well. It's fucked up. And the reason why they can't speak for the regular man is because they can't come up with something called the Pussycat Facts Report. A comprehensive game plan where men can measure, qualify, and disqualify women gently or disrespectfully. All on how he wants to approach it. Where a woman will get to understand, no, your value is based on this. And the best thing that she could do is say, oh, well, I'm going to go run to a man who don't know about my Pussycat Facts Report. At that point, everybody wins. And she's on borrowed time. She said, yo, I hope this nigga never learn about my Pussycat Facts Report. I mean, it is horrible, King. We'll do one more, man.
Start dating.
It's not a hobby. It's your empire.
Somebody, and you don't want to get married.
Me to go back to waitressing at a restaurant, which I mean, high-profile men, and he was like, "Why would?"
Or you texting him? See you when you get back to the club, or
yeah, things like that, like booking tables and things like that. But I was like never cheating. But he's, I guess, I don't know. He was like, "Nah, not my bitch," and he was like,
is that when he met you? Were you doing that job?
No.
What were you doing when he met you?
I think I was waitressing. Yeah.
So, due respect, I was a server, and it's not uncommon for attractive people to leverage their looks in service, but that runs out.
Yeah.
So, did he give you a chance to resolve this problem, or did he just bounce?
We were on, I think we broke up like 3 different times, but I didn't change. Like I was still, it was like quit your job, or I was like, I'm not gonna quit my job.
Okay. What did he do for a living?
Doing it, I'm like, no. So
what did he do for a living?
he played football.
Right. Did he want to marry you?
I don't know.
Why did he want you to quit your job? How are you going to make money?
Hmm?
If you quit your job, how are you going to make money? So he just told you to quit your job and do nothing.
Or find a different job. He wanted me to go back to waitressing at a restaurant, which I make more money at a club.
Okay.
So I was like, no.
And did he play football for whom?
for the Rams.
All right. Let me ask you a hard question. In hindsight, would you have been better off quitting your job and staying with your man?
It depends. I feel like if I knew we were gonna last, get married, then yeah.
Did you guys ever have that conversation?
No, that's why.
Did you make it a requirement that you wanted to get married before you start dating him?
No.
Then there you go, man. You ladies think that men are just supposed to marry you, and if you start dating somebody and you don't want to get married, he don't want to get married, y'all just hanging out.
Right.
So what I'm showing is no matter how we slice it, you've had opportunities. You know, you've lived in places and you're just not, men are just fun for you at this point. All right.
There you have it, black man. You were getting real truth. And like I say, this is all surface level shit. See, because in these times, like I say, in these times, they have destroyed the black vagina. So it's even more ridiculous. You know? The black vagina ain't even worth, you know, bearing children. Like, shit is wild. So if she could have fun with men, why can't you have fun with them? Because you are not supposed to know the status of her pussycat facts report.
What I'm showing is no matter how we slice it, you've had opportunities. You know, you've lived in places and you're just not, men are just fun for you at this point. All right. But what are you going to do when you drop off the wall and you hit 30 or really 35 and you can't be a waitress like you used to be? You can't get those tips. Then you're going to have to be like your mama and work your ass off because you're taking your youth and wasting it instead of saying, do I need a man in my life, or do I want to do like a lot of modern women are marrying their friends or roommates or something? I'm just trying to get you to ask yourself these questions because our culture doesn't. And the net of it is you're another 28-year-old sister who is.
Oh yeah, yo, this bitch went full tether. Hey, yo, this bitch went full tether. Watch this.
Doesn't. And the net of it is you're another 28-year-old sister who is been sleepwalking through life about relationships, not the seriousness.
Wow. We ain't heard a man tell a bitch she been sleepwalking through life in her face since Kevin, man. These brothers ain't holding it down, man. And like I say, Kevin talking about houses and money and all that shit. We're talking about your vagina, something that don't cost a damn thing. Except that anti-inflammatory diet. That non-mucus consumption.
Because our culture doesn't. And the net of it is you're another 28-year-old sister who is been sleepwalking through life about relationships, not the seriousness. And I've asked this question many ways. What do women owe their community? You owe their community families and relationships.
There you go. I bet you they won't tell you they owe the community a damn thing.
About relationships, not the seriousness. And I've asked this question many ways. What do women owe their community? You owe their community families and relationships. So has this given you anything new to think about?
Yeah, actually it has.
All right, well, good.
Asking questions I really didn't have an answer to, so now I really got to think about it.
Well, I mean, the real question is, at the end of your life, do you want to be by yourself with your homegirl, with a dog, a cat, or do you actually want to be with, or do you want to have had a life with somebody, had some children, some memories? Because
married to a black, I said I want to be married to a black man, 2 kids, big house, someone with a big dick.
You're just a flightless bird.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were.
Oh, ma'am. Sheesh.
Pussy whip. Whip that pussy. Look. Bang, 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 bang.
So now I really got to think about it.
Well, I mean, the real question is, at the end of your life, do you want to be by yourself with your homegirl, with a dog, a cat, or do you actually want to be with, or do you want to have had a life with somebody, had some children, some memories? Because
Married to a black. I said I want to be married to a black man, 2 kids, big house.
Hold on, man. Hold on, man. I can't do it. I didn't know, man. I forgot about this part, man. Oh, shit. I'm worried about the tether part because the bitch gonna talk about how Mexican she is. I forgot about this shit. Man, I keep telling y'all niggas, when it boils down to it, it's all about the box. I keep telling y'all, man.
do you want to be by yourself with your homegirl, with a dog, a cat, or do you actually want to be with, or do you want to have had a life with somebody, had some children, some memories? Because
married to a black. I said I want to be married to a black man, 2 kids, big house, someone with a big dick, and then I'm fine.
Well, all that big house and big dick. I mean, you're lucky if you get a black man.
I want to be married to a black man, 2 kids, big house, someone with a big dick, and then I'm fine.
Well, all that big house and big dick. I mean, you're lucky if you get a black man.
I will get a black man.
1 in 4 black women will marry, and all that other stuff, man, it's kind of silly. Let me tell you why. Because more black women divorce men because the sex ain't good enough, or his dick ain't good enough, or the house ain't big enough.
Yeah, you gotta get these women. Yo, these bitches are some real bitches, man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. I didn't know I was gonna get this sort of joy. Hold on.
Big house, someone with a big dick, and then I'm fine.
Well, all that big house and big dick. I mean, you're lucky if you get a black man.
I will get a black man.
1 in 4 black women will marry, and all that other stuff, man, it's kind of silly. Let me tell you why. Because more black women divorce men because the sex ain't good enough, or his dick ain't good enough, or the house ain't big enough. All right, fine. Only person that's gonna hurt is you, or women that do that kind of stuff. You don't hear non-black women say, I need a guy with a house and a big dick. They need a 401k, they want a 401k and retirement plan and some benefits. Why do you need a big dick? I mean, seriously.
It was a joke, but no.
But it's a joke.
Hold on, Kevin. Hold on.
Start dating somebody and you don't want to get married. He don't want to get married. Y'all just hanging out.
Right.
So,
man.
What I'm showing is no matter how we slice, you've had opportunities. You know, you've lived in places and you're just not, men are just fun for you at this point.
Oh, man.
All right.
See, men are fun for you. Now, what makes them fun to you, sis? Tell us what makes them fun to you.
But what are you going to do when you drop off the wall? And
see, this is the work. See, Anton and them ain't going to get bitches to talk that talk. They're fake bitches. That's all I'm saying. These are the real bitches right here.
You hit 30 or really 35 and you can't be a waitress like you used to be. You can't get those tips. Then you're going to have to be like your mama and work your ass off because you're taking your youth and wasting it instead of saying, do I need a man in my life or do I want to do like a lot of modern women are marrying their friends or roommates or something? I'm just trying to get you to ask yourself these questions because our culture doesn't. And the net of it is you're another 28-year-old sister who has been sleepwalking through life about relationships, not the seriousness. And I've asked this question many ways. What do women owe their community? You owe the community families and relationships. So has this given you anything new to think about?
Yeah. Actually, it has.
All right, well, good.
Asking questions I really didn't have an answer to, so now I really got to think about it.
Well, I mean, the real question is, at the end of your life, do you want to be by yourself with your homegirl, with a dog, a cat, or do you actually want to be with, or do you want to have had a life with somebody, had some children, some memories? Because
married to a black. I said I want to be married to a black man, 2 kids, big house, someone with a big dick, and then I'm fine.
Well, all that big house and big dick. I mean, you're lucky if you get a black man.
I will get a black man.
1 in 4 black women will marry, and all that other stuff, man, it's kind of silly. Let me tell you why. Because more black women divorce men because the sex ain't good enough, or his dick ain't good enough, or the house ain't big enough. All right, fine. Only person that's gonna hurt is you, or women that do that kind of stuff. You don't hear non-black women say, I need a guy with a house and a big dick. They need a 401k. They want a 401k and retirement plan and some benefits. Why do you need a big dick? I mean, seriously.
It was a joke, but no, for real.
But it's a joke in our culture because, but you need to understand what men hear when they hear that. I mean, what men hear is being a pseudo provider and a solid man ain't good enough. I still got to give you a big house and have a big dick. So you can't.
When it comes to me, you can't just be like black women because my mom's Mexican.
Here we go. She went tether. Yo, she went tether on Kevin. She went tether on Kevin right here. So he keep trying to, represent her as a black woman. And she don't like that shit. This before Trump started deporting everybody.
So
when it comes to me, you can't just be like black women because my mom's Mexican and I was raised Hispanic culture with my dad just not around when I was younger.
You were Hispanic. You're culturally Hispanic?
Like my mom is full Mexican. So growing up, I wasn't around like.
You have any brothers?
Yeah, I do.
So you have a brother who's older than you?
I have one older brother and then 2 younger brothers.
All right. So at dinner time, did you serve them?
No.
Then you're not culturally Mexican.
My mom served them. That's their mom.
But see, that's your job.
As a sister?
Yes.
Really?
See? Yes. Your mother was supposed to be serving her husband, but she's not culturally Mexican either because she got multiple. You're supposed to. Okay, listen. What do you think? What do you think the young ladies in the family learn how to become a wife? The mother serves the father. The daughter serves the brothers. You serve them. I didn't make this stuff up. I mean, so when you say you're culturally Mexican, I'm like, oh, you seem culturally black. I resonate with what you told me more than I would think somebody from Mexico would understand what you're talking about. And me telling you serving your brothers is like, what? Yeah, you serve yourself.
Heard of that?
Huh?
I honestly never heard that the sister has to serve their brothers.
Well, the women serve the men of the family.
My mom and my grandma would serve their husbands and then
but you are a woman. The females serve the males. So I mean, I've heard this because I've seen it. When I go over to my Hispanic friends, my Mexican, when I'm seeing the little girls when I'm seeing older girls serve their brothers, I'm seeing younger girls serve their brothers. I'm like, that's dope. That's how they learn to cooperate with a man. What do you think you're supposed to do? You're supposed to do that after he becomes your boyfriend, then your husband, then you'll serve him? Then why should he marry you if you got to have on-the-job training?
Well, I would serve my kids and my boyfriend or husband, but I don't know about my brother. That's new to me. I would for sure serve.
But it's because look, why not? I mean, they're men, right?
Yeah, I never thought of it. So.
Well,
I wouldn't have a problem.
Because, and I'll tell you one of the reasons you might not have thought about this.
Like if they asked me, I would do it, but I would never be like, hold on, let me fix your plate. Like, have a seat.
Well, let me tell you one of the reasons you may not, because women today don't have respect for men like they used to. Because
there you go. Simple as told. You don't have to respect the man. That's why I told you, man, get out of there. Respect is something that they could give you and take away from you. I say get the love out of the bitches, which they are void of. So it's not the greatest. I can't tell you something that's too much greater. But if you could get the love, at least you could get something physical out the shit. You do not want these abbreviated respectful actions and tug of war respect. Bullshit, son. Take it out of the requirement. Because my thing is, my rules. You done had troubles. You done had fights with men. And you gain respect from men. Why do you need respect out of a woman? So she don't go fuck somebody else? What about you? What if you go fuck somebody else?
Provided for you safe. But if 1,000 years ago, you were living in a village, or there was no police or fire, who were the only people to protect your safety at the home? See how we broke it down, the whole nature of the family, how we broke it down, the respect due for a woman to a man and a man to a woman, to where now relationships are really just romantic choice things versus necessity. Everything I've been talking to you about is necessity, not love, not romance, it's necessity. If you don't have enough money, you're going to either live with a woman or what? There's no more, the government can't fix it. You're going to live in a shoebox? Most women don't have it. That's why I'm trying to get people to understand the way you talk to women, because y'all need to be shocked into reality, because
there you go. The way you talk to women, ain't nobody talking to women. And then when Anton and Myron go off, is like I say, they're talking to men. Yo, because the bitches is overweight and the bitches is unruly and the bitches is this and the bitches is that. Nah. talk to this woman. And it translate, you know, when you go to like pop the balloon or whatever. Yo, we gonna come back with a pop the balloon after this, man.
You're honest. You're fair.
Well, thank you. And I don't.
Sense.
I reflect when I get back, and I think many women today. I've seen the marketing that was done to women to get women to be a consumer class, and it's not malice, but when you're just walking around thinking, "I got time. I'm young. I'm only 28. I got time." I mean, honestly, you're probably thinking that I got time. I mean, I'm not as young as I used to be, but I still got time. I mean, I graduate in December, and the presumption is when you're ready, all you got to do is turn around and go get a man off the high value tree. And you said a big house and a big dick. Well, let's get back to it. How many kids would you like to have?
2.
Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're married?
Do I want to have to work? No, but I will work.
What percentage of the financial family load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime?
Like what parts I got to pay for?
Now, what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for? What percentage out of 100% of the family financial load? What do you want to have to do? Means if you don't do it, it doesn't happen.
35, 40.
35 or 40. That means you're going to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then understand that even if you did work, marry a man who can provide, you'll probably get 12 weeks off after you have your baby. And you got to put him in daycare. All these are very realistic things. But how much do you think your husband would have to make to provide for you, him, and 2 children?
A lot.
How much?
I don't know.
Ballpark it.
A few mil.
Annually?
Yeah.
Annually? Ballpark it.
A few mil.
Annually?
Yeah.
I'll give you a chance to go ahead and be realistic.
100,000 a year. Is that realistic?
That's okay for one person. I just said earlier, man, unless you plan on making about 150,000, you're gonna need a husband. But now if you talk about you, a husband, you and 4 kids.
That's why my answers are kind of.
What?
These are all questions I haven't thought about.
Well then.
There you go. There you go. See, the reason why Kevin Sam used the Pussycat Facts report. The reason why you use these things is because women get to see for themselves. Oh, I haven't thought about that. Men are dumb, or am I dumb? I haven't even thought about that, but I ain't got nobody, but I could just always turn around and fuck somebody. I mean, expose. And same thing the Pussycat Facts report would do. And only thing this woman could hope is that some man sees this shit and be like, yo, I'll take you in. Because there's never going to be something to change these bitches where a man say, oh, nah, I could show you how, you know, the reason why I cheated on you or left you don't matter. Because you would have to go to somebody who don't know about your Pussycat Facts report. So talking to me about why I cheated is irrelevant. You know I can't even have children with you. You know I gotta go to the pussy doctor with you.
And how are you gonna find a suitable husband if you don't know what kind of lifestyle you want to have and about how much it's going to take for a man to provide that?
They usually all have like their own money. I don't know. I never thought about it.
And unfortunately, I mean, no disrespect.
Now I do. Thank you.
But what I'm saying is, this is what men are. So people get mad at me when I sit around and judge women and rate women. Men want something for their money, and what you're hearing is you don't mean anything by it, but you haven't thought about what these men want, who they are, demographically, anything. It's just it's supposed to just happen. To take care of 2 kids in Atlanta, you're talking around about $250,000 a year. That's just to provide a decent middle class lifestyle for a wife that doesn't have to work. If you choose to work, but you still don't want to be responsible for half a load, and honestly, the way I'm reading you, you probably want to be responsible for less than 20%. That means some kind of home business or something, which is no insult, but you don't want the family to be at risk if you don't work. True or false?
True.
That means you want to be responsible for less than 20%.
Yeah, like if something happens to my husband, I want to be able to have that money to like, you know.
That's right. That's right. You be a provider male. You know, now obviously she looks better than, you know, the other women or whatever. And that's the whole point. She looks better than the other women where she believes she can have those choices. Now, what about when the women start looking less than her and they still have the same programming? And they the ones that, you know, I see in my building, dog, old ass bitches. I mean, excuse my language. Old ass women pushing shopping carts and groceries. You know, fucking, you know, just alone. I'd be like, damn. Yo, my building is fucked up, man. Like I'm looking, I see it on all levels, man. I got damn near everything, man. I got lesbians, studs. I'm talking about variations of black women, old, middle, and it's only like a couple of us that, you know, are couples and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? And we be saying like, yo, this shit is crazy. How they just, you can see how they age up. And as they age up, you know, some might have a car, some might not have a car. But what they mainly do, they still do the same thing that our grandmothers do, you know, go shopping. And the reason why they got to keep going shopping all the time, well, to get their walk in, first and foremost. And then they don't want to have a lot of bags and stuff at one time. It's like, wow, damn, you ain't even got no grandkids or nothing. Nobody can come take your bags up. Just, it's horrible what these bitches do, man.
If something happened to your husband,
like, to lose his job, and let's say for 4 months he don't have no money, I want to have enough money to be able to pay whatever has to be paid.
Yeah, but you can do that on 20%. But I'm talking about if you stop doing what you did, period, you lose the house.
Yeah.
At 40%, if you stop doing what you're doing, you lose everything. And what I'm trying to get people to understand is women have not been told to think about it. It's just like you really just think that the men will figure it out. And if that's the case, then you shouldn't have any problem being fit, feminine, cooperative, and submissive. Since we got to figure it out, we got to be the ones that have all these answers. Then if we say go right, we should be yes, sir.
Now, I speak from a different perspective than that. I say if your Pussycat Facts report reads of 48 or 50 or higher, you should be listening to a man. You know, you have you could be facing surgery. You really can't have children like that, depending on your age and other things. You could be birthing, handicapped children. You could be at the doctor a lot.
We got to be the ones that have all these answers. Then if we say go right, we should be yes, sir.
You should be following that man. But I tell you why not. Because they happy with you men not knowing how fucked up that pussy is. And they're willing to hide that. I've done showed you many, many times how they will hide that from you.
Can you honestly say that's how you are in a relationship?
Most of the time, yes.
But you just said you didn't quit a job that was problematic.
Because it didn't make sense to me. If you're not helping with any of my finances, why
I get it. It was a different situation.
Yeah.
But now you got to think about it. Because now you're
what he say?
You're at the age I call the danger zone, 27 to 35. And the purpose of that is because women at that age, you need to focus like a laser on the outcomes you want in life and start making those things happen. Women need to get the major parts of their life together sooner than men. So this call should be a wake-up call and say, all right, I got to stop acting like I got all this time because I start running out of options, especially job options and things like that. And unless you have really have men in your life today that are actively considering you to be their wife, you can't say I'll just get married. You got to think about the kind of lifestyle, the kind of man that can provide that, understand where they are, what they want from a woman, and then realize you got to compete with the women around him. And the higher up you go, the more you want, the higher that.
Come on. That's why Kevin did the other show. Women are not willing to compete. They would just end up by themselves. Now, what is the benefit to that? Men get to fuck on them, and they actually think that men get to fuck them with no commitment is a bad thing on the men. Because the men, obviously the men want to keep on fucking on you, and he don't mind taking care of you because you fuck on them like that. But for the most part, shit, he getting the pussy, and then he get to go get some other pussy, and I mean, they keep thinking that's a flex. It's the wildest shit
around him. And the higher up you go, the more you want, the more you're gonna have to give. So, and I'll back all this up. If you plan on trying to go get this great PR career started, many times women find that they're spend too much of their time focusing on this job and not enough time focusing on a relationship, and then you have to work for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Now at least you may have some options. All right, have a good night.
Thank
you. Have a good night, bitch. You understand? Kevin don't team up with bitches, man. He'll lend you some time, but you're not gonna be on the panel talking. Like what? No, we talking about you. Because that's the only way that we get to help the other people. See? Talking from your experience, not this generalization that you hear all the talking points that you're numb to now. And the reason why is because when Myron came up there, they showed the man no courtesy. For you don't gotta respect him, you don't gotta like him. But common courtesy, come on. Look, the man's talking, look at the bitches. It don't make no sense, man.
And basically be the man that I want to get. And I'm not with that.
That's
fair. How do you feel about that, Kim?
I agree with a lot of what he said. I've said before, I don't think that just in general, we'll even speak on Black women because that's who he's talking about. I don't think that Black women are taught to be wives. Whereas, you know, this Black woman, if she's going to college to get her degree, these white girls were taught to be wives. They were taught to look for a man to take care of them.
See? Now, what would Kevin say? Kevin be like, well, wait, but what's up with you, though? Well, hold on. Kevin be like, hold on. Let's talk about you. Well, this show ain't about me. No. We just want to, you know, help other women, and your experience should be helpful, wouldn't you say? That's where these tables would turn. Her lending her voice is like what? Blah, 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 blah. You, how are you helping women? Well, I'm here to lend something to the men. Men don't want to hear it. Unbelievable, man. So, yeah, we're going to come back with the Pop the Balloon, all right? Thank you guys for watching, man. Thank you.